holders 26 through 30. Holder number 26, the holder of time. In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself into. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit someone who calls themselves the holder of time. The worker will act like he doesn't know what you're talking about, first treating it like a joke, and then threatening to call security. Persist for long enough, and he will ask you if you want to see the doctor. If you say no, you will be killed instantly. Many who have spoken to the holders chose this, for it is the ultimate mercy compared to the horrors you face. There is no other escape. If you say yes, you will be bathed in a brilliant blue light. You must remain perfectly still, or else you will be cast out of time, both frozen in an instant and aware of the eternal burn of entropy, and forever experiencing every moment of your decline into insanity, all in one moment. Remain still until you hear a sound, an ethereal blend of the musical and the metallic. It'll increase slowly, the sound and light seeping into your mind and carrying you away with it. If you survive with your sanity intact, you will long for that sound for the rest of your life. When the sound and light fade, you will find yourself in a large room made of metal. One man will stand in the center of it, his appearance and clothing constantly changing. He will speak incessantly, telling stories about every time, place in the whole existence of the universe. He will not stop speaking unless he is asked, "When will they come together?" He will stare at you and hold out his hand as he shifts through different appearances. You will feel an overwhelming temptation to take his hand, though part of your mind will fear what awaits you if you do. If you take his hand, you will experience each of his stories as though you lived them, and in the millennia that pass before he releases you, you will fall into insanity. After his 12th shift into a new appearance, his 13th life, the man will answer your question, and a small key will appear in his hand. The key is object 26 of 538. Pray you never find what it unlocks. The holder of sleep. Holder number 27. In any city, in any country, go to a hospital at night and ask the head nurse to see the holder of sleep. She will ignore you and say she has work to do. Ask twice more without stammering, and she will sigh as if weary. She will ask you if you are sure. If you answer no, you will wake up the next day fully rested and free of any chains. If you answer yes, she will guide you to an empty room and tell you to sleep. When you awaken, you will be on a stone tablet at the beginning of a hallway. As you walk down the hall, you will begin to feel drowsy. You must resist sleep here, for you will slumber eternally. If you make it to the end of this hallway, you will find a door. Open this to find the holder of sleep. You will find a wizened old man sleeping peacefully. Tread lightly, for he does not like to be disturbed. Do not look under his bed, for there lies death, and it will pull you under to be tormented forever. Walk quietly up to his bed and whisper in his ear, "Why do they never rest?" until he wakes up and tells you the story of how they chained their slumber onto him. Then he will invite you to sit with him. Do so, else he will chain their slumber onto you, and you will never truly be awake again. After sitting with him, he will pull a small crystal with an inner light from his nightgown. He will then push it deep into your chest. If you can ignore the pain, he will fall back into his slumber. If you cry out, you shall replace him in his tortured slumber. Return to the stone table and sleep again. You will find yourself outside the hospital after waking up. The crystal is object 27 of 538. You no longer need to sleep. Pray your nightmares do not follow you out. Holder number 28, the holder of clarity. In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself into. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit someone who calls themselves the holder of clarity. The worker will begin to chatter about their life, making inside jokes and references which only they understand. All the while they will walk in a weaving motion into the recreational area of the building. They will slide open a hatch beneath the table and suddenly fall silent with a grim look on their face. If you look down into the hole, you will see a vast number of lights flashing on and off, and you will feel berated and confused, but you must go in. This hall seems to have no start and no end. The lights flashing sporadically, and you will find that tiny flying objects flit in front of your eyes and nose and mouth. The air will fill with horrible, all-consuming buzzing noise that does not allow you to hear even your own scream. You must only walk on, for if any reason the objects stop moving and the lights hold their glow, you must yell out, "They shall not know I am here, as I have covered my tracks." If the calm stays, you are too late. It has already begun. If the horrible bewilderment returns, you must forge on. In your wanderings, you will meet a door. If you can feel its handle and allow yourself in, the room will be eternal, only the floor holding your mind intact. There will be a man whose entire form is run through with long nails and stakes. Every inch of his body is secured. His mouth is held open, pins forcing his lips up to his face, a stake buried in the back of his gaping mouth. His tongue will writhe and flop at your arrival, his eyes searching over you in a panic state. He'll respond to only one question. Why do they take form? His eyes will affix on you and his tongue will hold still. In gargling, horrible speech, he'll recite to you the creation of every object and the purpose for each. The description will force you to vomit upon every sentence, and the tale leaves most mad. You will find a rusty and worn fillet knife in your hand. You must remove his writhing tongue, with his pathetic gurgling screams echoing through your soul. He will seem pathetic, and you will want to help him, but do not, or you will replace him. His tongue is object 28 of 538. They will meet. Only you shall know why. The Holder of Frost. Holder number 29. In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself into. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit someone who calls himself the Holder of Frost. If the worker shivers unnaturally, you will be led to a hallway that shouldn't exist where it does. The worker will wave you down the hall, and once your back is turned, will shake his head and mutter, "You poor fool." The hallway will get colder as you proceed, but do not make any attempts to warm yourself. If you do, heaven help what will become of you. If, at any time, the cold ceases and the hallway becomes warm, you must cease your walking and shout, "Stop! This is not the answer!" If the warmth persists, run as fast as you can to the exit. If you do not make it, then the fires of hell shall consume you. If you do make it, don't stop running. Flee the asylum, the city, the country, for the hellhounds have your scent, and they do not rest. If the cold returns, however, proceed down the hallway until you come to a door made of solid ice. Knock 3 times. If a soft, womanly voice beckons you to enter, open the door. If a gruff male voice tells you to leave, then pray for a quick death. Inside the door, you will find a room made of ice, with frozen stalagmites and stalactites, giving it the appearance of a massive maw. In the center of the room will be a veiled, ivory-skinned woman. Do not look at the woman directly, and say only one thing. What caused their hibernation? She will tell you her story of destruction and devastation, war and famine, life and death, and of a deep slumber. The story will chill you to the base of your existence, but do not ever look directly at the woman, for if you do, your soul will be frozen for all eternity. When she is done, she'll remove her veil, but you must not gaze upon her. Her beauty would shatter your mind. If you keep your eyes away from her, she will cup her hands over yours and whisper in your ear, "The Ice Age is over. What will you do?" The world will explode in white, and when it subsides, you'll be outside the institution. In your hands will be a large crystal snowflake. The snowflake is object 29 of 538. The Ice Age is over. They're starting to thaw. The Holder of the Flame. Object number 30. In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself into. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit someone who calls themselves the Holder of the Flame. The worker will stare impassively at you for many minutes before pointing silently to the door behind you. The door was not there, and everyone else around you will not notice it. Approach the door and close your eyes before grasping the knocker. You need knock only once. If the metal suddenly cools in your hand, run. Run far away and keep running. Only hope that you have escaped, for the alternative is a horror only the souls in hell can comprehend. But if the knocker should grow warm, hold on to it tightly, even if it begins to sear into your hand. Eventually the pain will stop. Once this has happened, open your eyes. You will be in a small garden, illuminated by the light of the full moon, surrounded by ivy-covered stone walls. To your left will be a pond. Do not look directly into the water, lest a multitude of terrors lurking within capture and drown you again and again for the rest of eternity. To your right will be a funeral pyre, not yet lit, sickly dark with a flammable liquid. Take exactly 5 steps toward the pyre. Do not ask why. You will find the corpse of a castrated male child, his arms folded over a vial of quicksilver. Say nothing but the question, what caused their immolation? The corpse will not move, but the pyre will ignite of its own free will, as will the bushes, the grass, the trees, and the flowers all around. The flames will shift colors from the normal colors of fire to red of freshly spilled blood to the green of infection and disease. The plants will shriek in agony as the walls surrounding the garden are consumed. The pond will dry out, the water itself burning with the blistering heat, as the souls of the damned rise upward toward the seam, howling a litany of curses upon you. As the first curse reaches your ears, you must summon your courage and begin to laugh loudly and spitefully and arrogantly, but not softly. If the curses become more vehement, you are safe. If they stop, then throw yourself on the pyre to escape a fate far worse. In the midst of this tempest, the corpse will calmly sit upright, consumed entirely in flames, and offer you the vial. You must continue to laugh and cross your arms. You must not accept this gift now. The corpse will open its mouth, and if you're lucky, what you will see in its depths will not leave you laughing in madness for the rest of your life. The vial will drop, shatter, and spill its contents across the blackened remains of the grass, and the flames will die down. Everything will be silent. At your feet will be a new flower, its stem hard and spiny, its petals painted with the colors of hellfire and damnation. Pick it, and you will find yourself away from the garden and back at the front door of the institution. This flower is Object 30 of 538. It will burn itself deep into your soul and ignite the fires of madness. This has been Holders 26 through 30. Bye!